Einhasad was goddess of creation and created forms using her own spirit. Her children used their powers to create life from these forms. Shailin instilled the spirit of water into the first form that was created. This was how the race of elves was created. Pagrio instilled the spirit of fire into the second form that was created. This was how the race of orcs was created. Mayfer instilled the spirit of earth into the third form. This is how the race of dwarves was created. And Seha instilled the spirit of wind into the fourth form. This was how the race of Artias, otherwise known as Camales, was created. Gronkine was the god of destruction. When he saw the work of Einhasad, he became curious and jealous. He imitated Einhasad and created a form of his own, in his own image. Then he went to see Shailin, the oldest daughter, and asked her to instill the spirit into this form. Shailin was very surprised and told him,
"Father, why do you want to do such a thing? In Hasid, my mother is responsible for creation. Please do not covet the type of work that is not yours. A creature who receives life from a god of destruction will only bring about disaster."
But Grankine would not give up. After much cajoling and persuading, finally he was able to obtain Shailin's consent.
"I will do it then, but I have already given the spirit of water to Mother, so the only thing I can give you is the leftovers."
Shailin gave the spirit of stagnant and rotten water to Grankine. Grankine gladly accepted it. However, Grankine felt that it was not enough to give only one spirit to his creature. So he went to see Pagrio, his oldest son. Like Shailin, Pagrio also warned his father. However, he could not refuse Grankine, so he gave the spirit of dying fire to Grankine. Grankine gladly accepted this as well. Mayfer also pleaded with her father with tears in her eyes, but ended up giving in and giving him the spirit of barren and contaminated earth to her father. Seha, in his turn, gave his father the spirit of the wild and violent wind. Satisfied, Grankine took everything that was given to him and cried,
"Look at the living creatures I am making! Look at they who are born with the spirit of water, the spirit of fire, the spirit of earth, and the spirit of wind! They will be stronger and wiser than giants. They will rule the world!"
Grankine shouted with great pride to the world and instilled spirit into his creatures of his own image. However, the result was terrible. His creatures were weak, stupid, sly, and cowardly. All the other gods despised Grankine's creatures. Overcome by shame of his failure, Grankine abandoned his creatures and went into hiding for quite some time. These creatures were called humans. The race of elves was wise and knew how to perform magic, but they were less wise than the giants. Therefore, the giants let the elves serve with them in politics and magic-related activities. The race of orcs were strong. They possessed inexhaustible strength and great willpower. However, they were not as strong as the giants. Therefore, the giants let orcs serve with them in warfare. The race of dwarves were skilled. They were good engineers, skilled mathematicians, and excelled in fine craftsmanship. The giants allowed them to serve in banking and manufacturing work. The winged race of camales were freedom-loving and possessed undying curiosity. Giants wanted to capture and subjugate the free-flying creatures, but as soon as a camale was locked up in a cage, it quickly lost its strength and died. Giants were left with no choice but to allow the Artias to fly free. The Artias visited the city of giants to give them news of other parts of the world. Humans could not do any one thing well, and thus humans became slaves to the giants, doing all the sorts of menial labor. The life of humans was not any better than that of animals.